Dude, I
All
had to
right.
turn the heat up to 64 degrees in my house. Right now I have it at 64, dude. It's cold outside.
What's
Yeah,
up,
man,
everyone? It is I. I'm the SGW guy. We got False back on the False to my right, and he is back. He's the crewman. He's back from assignment. So we hope we're hoping he has some pictures. We sent him down to Miami to chill and relax. No, we didn't, but that sounds pretty good. No, we're glad you're back, Fred. Though we missed you, and
thanks, man.
oh, I gotta turn my side chat back on. Okay, there we go. So
Good to be back.
let's hear it. How was Florida?
It was great. It was really great. We went down to Orlando. We did Disney World, 2 days. We just did like one day in Epcot and one evening in Magic Kingdom. And the other days were just kind of chilling out with family and just,
Okay.
we didn't have any rain. It was like very cool. Like the temperatures weren't too like we were in like hoodies and jeans and shorts, but
Right.
it was a good time.
I was going to say, how was the weather?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was good. It was better than here. It was
I was
better
going to say,
than
probably better than
Northeast
up here.
PA. Yeah, it was much better than what we got going on here. I mean, it's like, man, it's like what, 20, 15 degrees outside. It's cold.
Something like that. It's cold. Now, in your
Very
absence, the false guy here got hooked up with his hearing aids.
Oh, great.
Gina got found another job.
Awesome.
That's why she's not here tonight. She's working at her other job.
Sure.
And Mike's sick.
Yeah.
So we hope Mike's feeling better. Gina, I hope good luck with the new job. But yeah, she's been chilling for the last couple weeks. Thank you for watching. Who's the 3 people that are watching right now? It's
I don't probably see the chat. Do you guys see the chat?
chat's not. Yeah, it'll be there. Nobody put in anything in the chat yet. It's still blank.
All right. Okay.
Yep, still blank. And today I went to the Cracked Egg.
Is that the new Colonial Pancake House?
Yeah.
In Wyoming? Yeah, man. I drove by and I saw the new sign. I was like, oh. Yeah.
I walked in about. Well, here's what I didn't do a review last night because it was just too cold, and I literally worked last week or this past week. I put 60 hours in, so I did like literally 20 hours OT. So last night I didn't want to do nothing. And I was just tired. So I'm like, today I want to do something. So there's this place in Yatesville called Barbarino's. It's a little diner. I'm like, oh, this sounds like Barbarino. First thing I thought was Welcome Back, Cotter. Vinny Barbarino, John Travolta. Now, according to Google, because I was looking like, where can I go? Where haven't I been? I'm gonna check this place out. It says it's open at 11. I ran to the bank. I'm like, all right, cool. They weren't open. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, well, Chef's Corner. I haven't been in there for a couple of years. Up in the Walmart parking lot in Pittston. I'm gonna go there. They had the last time I was there. They had a nice, good soup, a good burger. Closed for a private party. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm like, I'm talking to the GIF, and I'm like, something's telling me not to go do a food review today. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, the first one was closed. They weren't open. Second one's closed for a party. So I'm like, where do I go? So I'm like, you know what? Avenue Diner was packed. I'm like, I'm not going there. So like, you know what? I stopped. I'm like, the Cracked Egg. And that's how I ended up there. And I walked in. It was about 12 noon, maybe a little bit after. And it's they were busy. Like there were no booths open. There were just a couple tables. They were busy. So And Jam, I'm like, the lady comes over. Hi, how you doing, hon? Did you want? I'm like, cool service, And so I'm like, I'm looking over the menu. I got their burger. Now they say it's a regular hamburger bun. Do not look like a regular hamburger bun. What's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking out.
There we go.
The crewman's back in the house. Thank you. I told everybody liked the sauce video. She was glad. So I get this burger. And yes, I'll have a video up in not this week, next week. Or not this coming Friday, but next Friday, the Friday right before the end of the year. Like I said, it looked like a brioche, but it wasn't a brioche. What up, Marcus? But it was toasted. It was nice, and the burger, I forget to tell them, like, because I like medium rare, but they just did it how they did it because I forgot. Turned out still juicy. Burger was excellent. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions. I had mayonnaise, put through mayonnaise on it. Got their coleslaw, got a side of fries, came out hot. The coleslaw was nice and creamy. I did some hot dog and NEPA today. They had chili dogs. I'm like, gotta try those babies. So I literally walked out of there in food coma. Came home, poof, I was out like a light. And last week I put up, what's up there, Mrs. Steph's in the house.
She's in the house.
About last week, I put up a home cooking review. My sister was how to make her mother-in-law's secret tomato sauce. Sausage, meatballs were in it. It was really good. And that was one of the videos I did. I don't know if you have to catch up on my videos. No. And
I saw it with the beef ravioli.
Yeah. And I went to I did the Hong Kong Chinese takeout or Chinese video. What's up, Matt P? Oh, Matt. Oh, the brother back in town. Hey.
What up, y'all?
Was Matt in Florida with you?
Yes, he was. He was my partner in crime.
Did he wear his outside the box shirt?
He did. He had his shirt with him. I brought mine too, and I wore it around the hotel. It was great, man. We had a great time. We were thinking about you. We didn't get to watch the show. It would have been 2 weeks ago. That was that was our first night down there. We were enjoying a seafood buffet 2 weeks ago at this time.
Nice. Oh, yeah, seafood. All right, I'd be there. It
was good.
And in Pittston, Althea Pizza. It's a new. It's not just like a regular pizza joint. It's like a bar restaurant, like specialty pizzas.
Oh yeah.
And and that was good too. Now their hours are weird. It was an old bank on Main Street, Pittston that you can still see the bank vault. It's cool. And everything was good. And that's the day I ditched Xfinity. I was coming back. I'm like, I'm hungry. That's awesome. Yeah. Guys, if you like our content, please, if you want to hook me up with a chili dog, click that QR code. Appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out. We got 9 so far. One above my head. Yep. And it's been a hell of a week, but it's the most anticipated show. Saturday night is right here, baby. Right here.
Right.
And,
got it.
how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man. Talk about food coma. Thanksgiving is always just so much food. And then we kind of repeat it again. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It's just like 2 days back to back of, eating and catching up with the family. But yeah, Thanksgiving was good. We actually did like a Thanksgiving the week before, just because of everybody's work schedules and stuff.
Right.
It's hard to kind of get everybody, together on the same day, like the day of Thanksgiving.
Right.
We still made that happen too, but my mom and dad did a big Thanksgiving feast the Sunday before with the turkey, the stuffing, the potatoes, all the good stuff. It was good.
It's funny on 28. CBS, no, NBC for you guys outside the area. They brought back WWE Saturday Night's Main Event. Since the last time was like in 80s, maybe early 90s was the last one. Who they bring back for tonight? But Jesse the Body Ventura, and he still looks crazy. Like he's an old guy now, but he still looks damn good.
Yeah. Wasn't he like the governor of Louisiana? I think. I know he ran for office years ago. He was
the governor somewhere, but I forget where. But yeah, he was. He was the governor for a while.
Jesse the Body Ventura. Yeah, nice. Man, my brother and I used to watch wrestling, but for us it was like Monday Night Raw and then SmackDown. And
Right.
Dude, I remember staying up real late on Saturday nights when ECW used to be on.
It was a really odd channel,
Yeah, UPN or something.
Yeah, it wasn't. The first time I saw ECW, I was still living in East End, and I had my knee operated on, so I couldn't walk. I couldn't. And back then, the doctor, I mean, he was a good surgeon, but a lousy surgeon because he didn't. All he said was just get up and start walking around. Just start walking. No therapy, no rehab, and they did a orthoscopic. They did my right knee, and Minnesota. Thanks, Jance.
Yes.
And
yeah, Minnesota.
And Miss Jance, and it was So he had to go in, and my knee was like bad, but he did a good job repairing my knee, but he didn't order any therapy or any rehab. So I wake up, after the surgery. I'm kind of sitting in my that room you're in, and my mom's there, my sister's there, and they're like, "Well, you could go." I'm like, "Well, when can I leave?" The nurse goes, "We have to walk up to the hallway and walk back so we can make sure you can walk." All right. I'm like, do I get crutches? No, just get up and walk on it. Now, I'm still half under anesthesia, I'm thinking how the hell? So if I'm doing this story, and yeah, they no crutches, no nothing, and
Wow.
the nurse reminded me of the gym teacher from Porky's, the lady who played Beulah Ballbreaker. She looked like she was just like this old lady. She would take crap from nobody though. So I literally had my arm around her like this. I'm hobbling up the because I wanted to go. I'm hobbling up the hallway, coming back. So I come home. So now in my old house, I had a bathroom upstairs and downstairs. Thank God. We had a full bath upstairs, like a full bath and like a half bath downstairs. Thank God. So I'm sitting at the edge of it. I'm like, what? I can't walk. I can't do. So I'm flicking the stations and I find ECW. And I'm looking. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, pretty ass cool.
It was violent, man. That was a violent component of wrestling.
It was. Then they show Paul Heyman. I'm like, I know him. That's Paul Heyman. And then I started watching. And me and my buddy went to 2 shows down at the Armory, and it's nice. Just it was just as nuts as you saw on TV. At the end of the it was. I'm sitting here. My buddy's girlfriend now wife is sitting in between me and my buddy. Right. Well, he brought a garbage can lid, and they after the show they'll autograph it for you.
Yeah.
So he goes to get the autograph. And all I see, I'm just looking around the Armory. All I see is a chair fly over my head. You know how at the end he would throw the chairs in the ring?
Oh yeah.
So I quick grab her head to protect her, and all of a sudden she sees just chairs going nuts. It was one match. It was the Dudleys against Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten.
Yep.
And they were fighting. They ended up fighting outside the ring. It was like one of those. They ended up going outside the ring, up in the rafters of the armory.
Yep.
And one of them was almost like, if I remember right, was literally hanging over the side of the balcony. I mean, if he would have slipped, or if something would have went wrong, he would have been. He wouldn't have died, but I think, unless he broke his neck,
Paralyzed.
he would have been really, really, really hurt big time.
Man.
But yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah, man. Probably back in the 90s, my dad would take us up to the CYC in Scranton. Yeah. Like a couple times a year. Like they always came to Scranton, and they always did. Like, it was never televised, but you go up on a Saturday. Dude, I don't know if you remember, like in the summer, it would be like 500 degrees in that building.
Oh yeah,
it was like super. Everybody was drenched in sweat. The lights
you didn't
were.
care. Like, I mean, you smelled. Everybody like smelled.
No. It was yeah.
But you didn't care. It was funny because that's one of the times up there is when I saw. I went with I used to work at Burger King. One of the other guys, we went up, and he smokes. He's like, it was in the middle of intermission, so we go out. He goes out. I go out with him to have a smoke. Well, I didn't smoke, but I was just hanging out there, and you see a door open. Who pops her head out, but not in like character makeup. It was Sensational Sherry. So I got to see her. And before it started, who I saw driving in, and like one of those little like budget rent-a-cars, but Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Those were the good days. Like, I mean, don't get me. I'm glad they're still going today, but now it's more of a entertainment show.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera.
It was still entertainment back then, but it kind of looked more realistic.
It did. Yeah, it did. It was pretty believable, man. But dude, honestly, like, man, over the years, like, going to the CYC, even sometimes we would go up to Broome County Arena in Binghamton for WCW. Like, I remember seeing like Sting, Ric Flair. God, so many wrestlers up there. Hershey, we would go to the old hockey arena in Hershey for some WWF, and yeah, dude, like we met so many wrestlers over the years. We met Badass Billy Gunn. Some of the names are escaping me, but we met a ton of them.
One year, me and a bunch of my other buddies, UFC. Yeah, I haven't really watched UFC, but that's getting really big too. I was on vacation with a bunch of my buddies. We were down in Ocean City, New Jersey. And on the boardwalk, there were three. It was, do you remember Draws? He was a short time because he ended up like he was trying. They were gonna like kind of roll him in like as like the third Road Warrior when Hawk, I guess he was having some health issues.
Yeah.
But Draws fell the wrong way and ended up in a wheelchair, and so he ended up going like he's like behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
But it was him, and it was a tag team, and I can't remember who it was, but they were on the boardwalk signing autographs. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's so cool. I remember we met Goldberg at a car show like 20 years ago. Bill Goldberg. I think he's into muscle cars. He had a car at this event we went to. He put me in a headlock. I have a picture somewhere of like me in a chokehold. Goldberg.
Chance, it was before. I don't know if it was before your time. His name was Scott Price. He was one of the managers. He had a souped up Trans Am or Firebird. What's up, Vengers in the house too, baby? Today doing some hot dog and NEPA style. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Then move forward. How many to today, and we're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
So, False, what's going on with you? Anything new and exciting?
I've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping this year. this past actually week. But for the kids and stuff.
Nice.
So I got like a boatload of packages coming from Amazon. I'm excited.
Oh, speaking of Amazon, I got at work, some of us the team leads and the supervisors and the SMEs we did the Secret Santa, and I got my gift from it. It's a website called Elfster, and you sign up, and whoever your group you're in, they make a wish list, and whatever you put in, then they'll pick something, and you don't know who it is. It's anonymous because it's your Secret Santa. Like I got mine yesterday. It's a McDonald card wallet holder thing. It was pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, this would be cool. And so yeah. And I guess since I signed up with Amazon, because I had to send. It's through Amazon. The items are through Amazon. So I guess I'm signed up for Amazon now. I got Amazon again. Yeah.
Amazon
Prime. I didn't go Prime. I don't think I did. I just signed up for regular Amazon. I don't think I'm Prime. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't think yet.
We had I think 2 nights ago, we tried Booyah Burgers. We ordered Booyah Burgers for dinner.
How'd you like it?
Really good. Everybody had different things, so it was amazing. Everybody loved it.
Good.
Yeah.
Like my one son, he had a pulled pork quesadilla. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
I, of course, had my chicken fingers and fries, and that includes my 2 other children. They followed in my footsteps.
They have good chicken fingers, dude. They're like that breading that they have, and then you get to choose.
Their chicken fingers are huge down there. Did you ever see them?
They're huge.
I got the 5-piece, thinking maybe, I'd eat them all and be like, still on it? No, I ate one, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, they are filling. They recently added to their menu. They have chicken fries. So for fans of BK, like I know, BK had their chicken fries. I think they still have them. But these are different. These are like, they called them chicken fries, but they're like just, I don't know, really nicely breaded chicken tenders. So if you order Booyah again, dude, get those chicken fries. You'll like them.
I did try from Burger King the Whopper $1 million Whopper thing.
Oh yeah.
I got the maple bourbon barbecue. That wasn't actually bad. That was pretty good. I'm a classic Whopper with cheese guy, but that was pretty good. I want to try their pickle fries. They have these pickle fries now, which I'm looking to try.
Yeah, I would try them. Yeah, definitely. You can't beat a good burger, right, Jay? Like you were saying, you had that good burger from the Crack Egg.
It wasn't big. It was a normal size patty. I don't know if it was pre-frozen or not. I don't think it was. It didn't taste like it was. But it was about, yay round. But it had the tomatoes, lettuce, onion. You could tell it was like they were all fresh. It was all like fresh for you. Taste the freshness in this thing. And it was good. The hot dog buns were nice and soft. And their chili has beans in it, which to me I don't care either way. It wasn't spicy, but it was nice and meaty, the chili. And it was, mustard. The only thing they have to think about putting condiments on your stuff, they're like, oh, here, they give me a side of mayonnaise. Okay, yeah. Oh, forgot your mustard. Okay, but no, it was good. It was good.
Speaking of chili, Jay, we went to, I actually had to go grocery shopping yesterday. Then up at Sam's Club, where I go in Wilkes-Barre.
Right.
They actually have, there's a little thing there. It says a limited time only. They're selling Wendy's chili in 6 cans for whatever, I don't know, $5 or something. So you have little Wendy's chili.
Did you try it?
I love Wendy's chili. Love
right?
it.
I didn't know they were selling it though.
I know you can get it there, like in like to go, but yeah, I didn't know that either. I forget how I watched them make it once because I worked for Wendy's for about
That's
2
what
weeks.
I used to work at Wendy's. I made the chili before. That's all they do is take. They have you go. This is what they do. You go in the back. You get a can of the chili sauce. You
Right.
open it up. You dump it in the thing. You chop a bunch of hamburgers up that are older, and then you put it in the chili. You stir it up, and then you heat it up and you cook it a little bit. That's all you do. That's all it is. Is hamburgers that they didn't throw away went into the chili. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I remember that. I remember that.
After their 2-hour expired timer in the drawer, they go into the chili bucket.
Yeah, Mark. That the Chinese wasn't bad. Hong Kong in the Midway is now they opened up their dining room again after how long? And I got General Tao's chicken, and it was, I mean, it was good. It was good, but to me, I wish they would have gave a little bit more sauce. And it was just the chicken sauce. What was sauce? I mean, you got a nice hunk of fried rice, which was good, but I know everybody makes it different. But when I would get it from when Asian was still the Great Wall, you get broccoli in with your chicken. You got scallions and was there onion that they put in with the and the egg with the pork fried rice. It was good. I mean, this was good too. Don't get me wrong, but I think could use just a little bit more sauce. But I was like, because I like sauce, I could dip it in the sauce. Yeah, didn't happen.
Yeah.
So tonight, I was contemplating what I was going to eat. So I got takeout from Villa, and I got just a regular cheese pizza, and I ordered. I told him I wanted a half a dozen of wings. He gave me wing bites. I'm like, oh, I hate wing bites. But these were. I got a mild garlic sauce, and that was really good. But
Hey, Jay.
yes, false.
Hey, Jay.
What?
I know you like Coca-Cola better than Pepsi, right?
Yes, Coca-Cola is my preferred drink.
Okay, so what's worse than one can of Pepsi in your hand?
2?
You got it, buddy.
That's all right. I'm choking this down tonight, baby. In honor of the false.
Ooh.
Because Villa didn't have Coke. They ran out of Coke, so that's all they had left. It's either that or diet. Yeah, no diet. Forget diet.
I'd like to show you guys what I'm enjoying this evening. So, Wawa opened. Wilkes-Barre finally has a Wawa. I don't know if you guys have been to it. It's up
Not
on.
I
yet.
heard about that.
Maybe I'll take a ride tomorrow. Like I purposely did not go yet because it was probably a freaking nut house.
It's busy.
Yeah.
They're crazy. Like the sheets that happened tonight. Yeah.
Wyoming, yeah.
I was there
You're gonna go
yesterday
there and wait
afternoon.
probably like an hour for a milkshake or something.
Yeah,
A free coffee and a T-shirt or something. I'm like, yeah.
yeah. I was there yesterday afternoon, and
How was it? Let's get some insight. How was the Wawa?
I mean, look, I've been to Wawa
I mean, I do like
before.
their iced tea. I like their iced
Yeah,
tea.
I mean, I love like the Arnold Palmer, the half lemonade, half iced tea. Like if I just love that stuff. So got a couple of those. They also get Philly pretzels, like shipped to each Wawa. I don't know, every day, I guess.
Okay.
You can get like soft pretzels. Man, they're good. So we got a couple pretzels. I needed gas, but I mean the lines at the gas pumps were like, I was like, nah. So I just went down the road to Sheets because I couldn't wait any longer. So the buzz didn't really die down yet, but if you do get up to the new Wawa,
I'm gonna
they
go
have a lot of
eventually.
great. Yeah, dude. I mean, check it out. And you know what else too? They have like the sheets made to order. Touch screens where you could kind of pick whatever you want and they make it. So I know they have that going on there too. I didn't get their food, but just some drinks and some pretzels.
Marcus, I'm I know Sheets for like a convenience. Like Sheets has a good chili dog. I'm tempted. I want to go see what Wawa's like, compare and see who's better, Wawa or Sheets. Now, people were talking on like I watch like YouTube videos of Wawa and on Facebook. They're saying Sheets is just a little bit better with their food, but I don't know. We'll find out. So last time I was at a Wawa. All right, I take that back. The one time when I first went to Wawa, they were located down in East End, where across from the Home Depot. Well, now it's Home Depot. It was a little like there's like a little middle convenience store, but that was like the first Wawa in this area. There was no gas pumps. It was just, and I lived literally 5-10 minute walk from there. So we go down and order some hoagies. So they had some good hoagies back in the day, but I haven't been there since. I haven't had a Wawa. And last time I went to Wawa, it was up near
like up in Blakesley Corners.
Yeah,
up there,
Blake's up near the corners, and that was probably, oh God, that had to be 8-9 years ago. You know, like not wait, I've been in this house, let's see, 13. Yeah, about probably 6-7 years ago was the last time I've been up to it, because I'd go up to Blakesley I went up there to check out the Jiggly Room back in the day. And then like it's just up pat there's the corners and there's the Wawa.
Yep.
And that's the last time I've been to a Wawa. So I want to go check it out, but I'm gonna wait for the die down, because it's
let it die down a little bit, especially if you need gas. But if you're going in there for an iced tea, a food item or something, you should be okay. They do sell alcohol there too. I was there maybe, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon, coming back from a work luncheon, and people were sitting there having beers and stuff. I was like, oh wow.
I know Sheets has a beer side too, or has a.
They do.
Steph, I was 100% Sheets. So I discovered the sweet cream and jalapeno stuffed pretzels from Wawa.
Yeah.
Now I'm not a big pretzel person, but that does sound pretty good. That does sound pretty good.
They are good. The only downside with those is, they're made like probably mass produced, Jay, and they're kind of sitting under a heat lamp, probably, until people buy them. So sometimes you get one and it's like kind of dried out.
It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of looked around and like reached in the back to get like one of the,
back ones.
One of the fresh ones.
Pepper.
Hey, Pepper.
We're watching you.
Oh.
Thank you for the 10 that are watching right now. Currently, appreciate that. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Let's see.
Nice.
And we are live. We are streaming live on we are streaming live on Instagram. So we are on Instagram too.
Outside of the box.
But yeah, it's last week was the birthday show.
We turned 100-year-old. No.
Oh yeah, guys! Congrats on the anniversary. Yeah,
it was our first live show.
So was that December? So like that would have been December of 23.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, and I remember we started taking live calls too, and our first caller was from New Jersey. So
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's been a
Oh yeah, the drones.
FP. Marcus wants to know what do you think about the drones in New Jersey?
What's going on with those drones, FP?
I heard about it yesterday. I don't know much about it. Like I heard like multiple were spotted or something, like clusters of drones or something.
Yeah.
It's
That's interesting though because it takes a lot of people to fly a bunch of drones. I don't think more than one person could fly one drone.
and those
Like
were
I think
massive drones.
so.
Those were big suckers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was like military or something, there's only definitely one person flying it. Maybe two people, but that'd be a lot of people because they were everywhere. I wish I was going to West Pittston. I want to take a picture of one. Like, how big are they talking? Like, how big were they?
They were
They're like all yeah, they're like all different, kind of but some of them are like large drones. I think some of them they said were piloted even. Or maybe they were planes. See, I don't know. Like every news channel you watch, like they're all talking about it, but nobody knows what to make of it and who's
All right.
piloting them and why. And there's all this commotion going on right now, all this noise.
first. It was what in Jersey, then somewhere in PA. They were. I don't think it was local.
No, it was somewhere else.
Jersey, now California, a couple different states. They're just reporting all this drone activity. Weird.
Well, see, I don't know.
Oh, Bell's Dam has a
Now, what do
question.
you think? Like, here's a question. Like the technology we have for our drones, like as civilians, what we know, right? Our drones could fly limited, like maybe 45 minutes tops with the batteries you have, and that's like switching out batteries. But the military's drones, what if they don't have to come back down and land? What if they could stay up there with solar power or something, or like not maybe? And if it's not solar power, maybe it's wind power. Maybe it's the power from them splitting the blades is creating, electricity. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, maybe once they're up there for good. Then they could travel across the country. It
But
would,
it's like, you would think like I know the one that you have is battery operated, but those big suckers are they have to be like you would think they'd be like gas powered.
or could it be some new technology that isn't even an engine? Maybe it's something beyond an engine,
Yeah.
some other power source.
Like some Bob Lazar shit. Pulling energy from the quantum vacuum and all that stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, I did
Who
hear
knows?
they some of them were the size like of a small SUV. Like
Yeah.
these were not no little toy drone like you buy at the hobby store or like False has like these are big suckers like
FP, could I ask you this? Like with the drone that you have, like if like if the battery life is maybe 45 minutes or something, like as it starts to die, does it just automatically start like flying back to its landing pod, or
It tries to get as
do you
close
have
as
to
it
like
could.
yeah,
It depends how much the battery is gone or not.
yeah
yeah.
we had that actually happen. We're up in
Like
Mount
I'm just
Olive.
wondering, like if the battery dies, does it just fall out of the sky and then
Oh
your
yeah,
drone is
oh
does
yeah,
that
it would
happen?
drop
Yeah.
like a rock.
Oh man.
Um, well, the one that False had, it gave the battery low signal, and it was we had it tracking us. It was tracking the car in the cemetery at Mount Olivet, and we heard we got the battery low, and it automatically returned him back to home base. But it overshot home base, and it took us how many hours to find the damn thing? A lot.
You guys want to hear something messed up?
Sure.
Yeah.
This has happened to me within the past 3 days. Now, I believe in the paranormal stuff. I really haven't witnessed nothing crazy or nothing like that. But the first thing that happened is here. I have a little table here. I'm sitting like right between us, and my remote. This remote control actually right here. I was sitting here the other day, and my phone sits next to the remote. Like the phone's on the end of the table, and the remote's on the inside, and there's nothing else around it. And I was just sitting here, and the next thing I know, the remote's just sitting here, and it just goes like this. And I'm like, I
Wait,
watched it happen.
was this
Like I
last
literally
night?
watched it move on its on its chain over to shit and lie to you.
Dude, no, 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 no,
I
no,
watched it
no.
move just like about a half inch like this, just like that.
The other night, was it last night? Oh, what here? Because I messaged. I had a. Let me. I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a second. When did I message her? Yeah, it was. I messaged the neighbor about 8:47, so it's about maybe quarter of. Like all I hear is a boom, and I'm looking and myself like I'm upstairs, and my phone moves on the desk table, and I'm like, what the hell's that? So I messaged, next door neighbor. I'm like, did you just feel hear like a boom and feel something? She's like, no, but I'm like, I knew, yeah, something happened because I heard a boom, and then like within like a second, my phone started shaking on the like almost like an earthquake or something. Like I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
It was for like a second, and then it was done. And then when did it happen last night around the same time? Like
What?
when your phone when you saw that happen? Was it last?
No, see that's the thing. The remote moved like just like this. It moved like just like a little bit, just like that. But I seen it kind of rock when it moved. It kind of went like, yeah,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like somebody bumped it. But the second thing that happened to me was the next day. I was up in the kitchen, right in the same area. Well, kind of live in the same area. Right over there, I was on the banister. My son had the little white car. It's magnetic. You could put it on the fridge and it sticks to the refrigerator. And it could drive up and it goes up and down the refrigerator because it's magnetic and it winds
okay.
up. And well, it was on the banister. So I was looking at it. I put it down, right? Because it wasn't on the fridge. So I just left it on the banister. I turned around and I hear tick, tick. I hear it fall off the banister. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like there's no way I could have bumped it because my banisters are this wide,
Yeah,
and where I put the car was in the center. There's no way. That was weird.
but that's like that was odd because like I heard like a boom, and I like right when I heard the boom, I saw my cell phone move, and I was like, what the hell is? And that was around like 8:45 last night, 8:43, and yeah, it's messed up.
What happens in my house, and I think I could probably debunk it, but things just go missing. And
But see,
I'll be
the
honest,
weird,
it's
the
yeah,
weirdest part about it is like I've changed the batteries 3 times in this since that happened, like 2 days ago, and
yeah,
this thing won't work anymore.
it's weird,
Now
dude.
it doesn't. I can't even get it to work. That's all it does is blink. The lights blink.
The battery,
Yeah,
did it like drain the battery?
it
I
drains.
have a
Yeah,
drawer full of batteries, Jay.
Oh, so it's not working at all.
No, when I put here, watch.
Did you put new
I have
batteries?
the batteries in my pocket right now. I'll put them back in because I was sick and looking at it blinking.
Wow, Avenger, that's kind of cool but freaky.
yeah,
See it?
yeah.
Right.
That's just like total malfunction, FP. That's weird, dude.
Fresh.
Mark, Mark, that was the first thing that I thought of too, with all the drone stuff in the news. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Right?
It's got to be aliens, because I'm all into that stuff. I listen to all kinds of podcasts and stuff about UFOs, UAPs, all that. So as soon as I saw it in the news, I'm like, here we go. We'll see.
Yeah, but
Yeah, things just
the
go missing
UAPs are
in my
us.
house.
That's us. That's the government. That's them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
These
totally
are these
different
are
from the
drones.
UFOs. Like,
Right. Yep.
It's
Who knows, dude?
yeah, it's not like, and they're popping up like everywhere,
Yeah.
and that's is a. I mean, if it's one entity, 'cause it's more than one person, but if it's one entity doing this,
Jay, can you pull up any news articles about any of them? Like, get a picture of one of these things, maybe?
let me see. I could try, yeah, but it's like
I want to see
if this
something,
is,
like an image of they think it might look like, and the size, and I want to know like what we're. Is it like the size of a Beetle, like the Volkswagen Beetle? Is it like how big are these things?
see if
Um, I don't think Biden's an office anymore, but let's have another Pepsi.
trying to see if there's images. Drones have been illuminating the New Jersey night sky since November 18th, according to senior officials briefed on the sightings. There's an image, though.
According to the New York Post, it looks like a drone crashed into a New Jersey homeowner's backyard last Thursday. Mystery drone sightings.
Keep happening in New Jersey.
Yeah, they got something against New Jersey, I guess. I don't know.
A large, but I'm not seeing any like picture, like still shots. It's all video from what I'm seeing so far. They're saying these suckers are pretty ass big. Let's see, maybe.
Well, I mean, people can buy like professional quad, like they're not even called drones at that point. I think they're called like quadcopters, and they have like I think like 6 to 8 blades all across. Like they go in a circle all around them.
Yeah.
But see, those things can barely lift like 20 to 25 pounds, though. That's like just to hold a movie, like that's what they use to film like movies and shit. Is the quadcopters?
I'm trying to.
FP, would you give us like
that's
like a rough estimate, like I'm just curious, like about how much did you pay for your drone, like all said and done, like with anything extra that you I don't know, bought for it, like what did that run you, like for your
That
drone?
that one was like I think 1,200 because I bought the extra batteries, which gives you the extra flying time.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
that's why it's more
and you
money
bought
because you want more
the
batteries.
case.
Yeah. Oh, and the upgraded controller.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just curious, because
I mean that wasn't even an expensive one. I mean those things are. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure they get pretty expensive,
yeah,
like better,
they're up there.
camera upgrades and battery life and flying time and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty cool hobby. Like if you do it for the,
Yeah, well, you would
legally.
need to have it as your career in a hobby, but yeah,
Yeah, but like if you're filming documentaries or you're doing something like
yeah,
AV, filming commercials, highlighting areas and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool.
I mean, we had fun with False's drone. That was cool. But I know, like with the was it the AVA? They really they if you hit that wrong spot, man, it's going off saying like you're in the wrong, like in no fly zone. And
Yeah.
from what False was saying, like West Pittston, because we're like really near the airport. Like West Pittston's a whole no fly zone.
I can imagine.
Pretty much
Yeah.
almost like mid Exeter. No, at the beginning of Exeter.
But you did when he filmed the fire. I don't know if you saw his fireworks display video. He had permission for like an hour to fly. They gave him permission to do it.
Gotcha.
That was still cool though.
I remember. Yeah.
Go ahead.
The one video, or maybe you guys did a series of videos. You were down like near the airport, like along the river and the dike, and it was like a nice, summer night. That footage was incredible. That was awesome. I never got to see like that angle of the river from
that's
high
neat.
like that. So that was great.
It's funny that when you're flying it. Well, I know when I was flying it, it was it's cool, but like kind of scary too, because like you don't want it to crash. And
oh yeah.
He's like, take it up higher. I'm like, no, it's gonna fly away. I'm like no. But
yep.
You can have fun with drones.
Yeah, definitely.
We had it.
Yeah, Vendor, that was cool too when it was following the car in the cemetery when you guys had it like tracking the car. That was cool footage.
Yeah, it was mine. Yeah.
That's when
and then I
lost
remember you guys were
the graveyard.
Yeah, you guys were live that one night, and didn't it get stuck in a tree or something? I remember you guys were live in the cemetery that crashed into the tree.
See, one thing we didn't realize now during the day they it has a sensor like to not fly in the shit.
Yeah.
But at night in the dark, doesn't work. Or at least it didn't work, and it like. So I'm going live on, and next thing you know, like, what the heck? It's like flew right into a tree. So I pack up home base and I'm driving up above, and I see he has his tripod. He has like a long tripod. He's sitting there. He's whacking the shit out of this tree, and it was funny looking, but it wasn't, because it was like we don't want the drone to hurt the drone. We don't want to break the drone. He's whacking the hell out, and then the drone comes out, and nothing wrong with it. It wasn't
damaged. Yeah,
nope.
Unscathed.
It just the way it flew into the branch, it couldn't get itself out.
Yeah.
And that was the first time in that cemetery. Where the second time was when it was tracking the car, and when we had home base on the road, like on the road part. Well, when the battery started dying and it flew back to home, if it didn't land where it was supposed to, it landed literally like maybe 5 feet away, but the way it sat down right next to a cemetery, like a gravestone. So you can see the stone and you see grass, but you can't really. So you couldn't really tell where it was at. So we're walking around the cemetery for like literally 3
we were literally staring at a picture, trying to figure out, okay, the color is like a reddish color stone, and there's like flowers at the one end, so there's a bush at the one end, so we're making all these identifying markers, just trying to find this stupid thing, man.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wait, I said, let's I'm like, and the damn thing is we didn't realize on the controller itself you could play back the video, and we're laughing at it now. We were laughing at it when we found it. Like we could just play back the video and watched it, and we would have been all right. Here it is, but we didn't even think of playing back the video. And so I'm like, well, here's the picture. I'm like, it has to be in this area somewhere. I mean, we walked this whole. I got my exercise that night.
That's a cemetery.
Yeah,
it's big, it's large. Yeah.
So I'm like, look, and so he's walking, and he's like, there it is. I'm like, thank God,
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God.
Does it have like some kind of Does it have some kind of like SOS beacon? Like if it does get lost, in
When it
thick
dies,
brush or
it's
something?
done.
When it dies, when it starts to
No
hit,
SOS, no more.
it
Yeah, yeah.
it'll return to home base. It's supposed to return, but it overshot home base and landed right next to a cemetery stone, a
Gotcha.
headstone.
Oh man.
But yeah, we need to send Captain Kirk up in the Enterprise to find out what's going on. As long as
Mark says he's okay with the alien attack as long as he could finish the Yellowstone finale. There you go.
I heard like I don't know. I like I said, like I was saying, all right, update for tonight. Cody Rhodes retains the title. Against Kevin Owens. He retained the title. Spoiler alert, he won the title. But no. The drones are fun. Like drones are really fun. Now my nephew got a remote control airplane that he tries to fly around his yard. But it's not like a drone. Like the drones are more fun.
I had an RC car when I was a kid, with the controller with the giant antenna.
Oh yeah,
So
did
I had a monster truck with big tires, and I raced it up and down my driveway. Yeah.
I had, and they actually had. It wasn't. They actually, you needed regular batteries, not like.
Oh yeah,
rechargeable
T
thing.
batteries. Yeah, you needed like those jumbo. Yeah.
And my first remote control, it was a Lamborghini. It was a yellow Lamborghini, and you could make it go forward, backwards, or go left or right. That was it.
That's it.
That was it. And how you doing, Ray? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. But yeah, so it's like, and then like years later, when I was working at Burger King, I decided, I'm like, you know what? I want to get I wanted to get a remote control hovercraft. Now that was cool because it literally like when you turned it on, it would whatever you call it, it would like it would.
What's this the thing?
It would literally like it'd be like about maybe like an inch gap, but it would literally literally go on water, on land, and it was the rechargeable battery.
That's Marcus.
Show me to find out where they are.
Yeah. Maybe the drones return to like an aircraft instead of being launched off the ground. Maybe they're launched from an aircraft.
But said if they were all, like I say in the beginning, if they're come from the same entity, they know what. I mean, these people know what the hell they're doing, literally. Because I mean, drones are showing up in Jersey, in Pennsylvania, and God else knows where. Trump needs to find out where they are coming from. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't put money on that one, but it's
I think on Twitter Trump kind of said like find out where they're coming from, otherwise shoot them down.
Shoot them down.
Those drones look like they could possibly shoot back. I'd watch. They might shoot back at you.
Safety first, everyone.
You think? Yeah, you think they could, but I mean, yeah, who knows? Marcus, you're right. What's up, Lenny?
Hey.
Lenny's in the house. So last week, Truman, I got Roku.
Nice.
And I was toying with that. Do I want to buy Roku or because like literally like Astound, their internet's good, but they give you for basic cable. It's literally the antenna channels you get maybe with one or two extras. literally, it's all the antenna channel. I'm like, just put the antenna and get it with the antenna,
Yeah.
and save, if the government says nothing to see here, then assume and expect opposite. Probably
Yeah.
right, Ray. So this week I'm gonna call him and ditch my cable. But so my sister has Roku. So like, let me go over. I'm gonna go over and see like how does it work? Does it And they actually they bought two, but they only were using one. They're like, here we have an extra one here. Take it. I'm like, cool. So I'm toying around with it. I can find like the 16 app on it, but
Yeah.
I figured out how to get to like to the live chat, like because it was around 6 o'clock. Like, I'll try and watch the news, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But literally, like I found on the road, like on their Roku channel, they had this. It was called Chains, and they were talking about like the chain restaurants like Sonic and TGI's and Chili's. It was cool. It was pretty. I'm like, well, I could get into watching these shows, and like you could do like the Netflix through it. You can do the Tubi and all the other crazy stuff.
Yep.
I even found TBS. I'm like, cool. All right, because I found the icon for TBS every year, so I'll be able to watch it this year. Every year on Christmas Eve, I will watch A Christmas Story at least once.
Oh yeah. The
Got it.
24-hour marathon.
Yep, and it's on TBS. I'm
Yep.
like, shit, how am I going to get? But it has it on this Roku. It has TBS. I'm like, nice.
Nice.
So I'm like, cool. And I have the DVD somewhere. I have the video. I've on one of my videos. I have the full movie, but it's not the same. Like,
Yeah. It's part of the tradition,
oh, yeah.
Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, to just have that on in the background. It just plays right after itself. It restarts
Well,
after the
when
movie ends. It comes on again, and you're just
well, Xfinity, you could stream there, like you could stream it online, and
yeah.
what happened was I'd fall asleep, like say I'd start watching the beginning, and then I'd fall asleep, and I'd wake up, again it'd be like almost like this half where I woke up to, I'm like, so I always would catch it. I always watched the full video, the movie, but it was in different, in like probably like 3 different parts. But yeah, I love that movie. I will sit there every Christmas Eve. I'll do my ham Christmas Eve. So while my ham's in the oven, I'll sit and I have this big, cozy, cushy rocking chair, which everybody probably saw in my videos. I'll sit there and yep. And I'll have a cup of hot chocolate. Well, when I had Goldie would always sit by my side. Now Molly will sit right next, and I'll watch 24 Hours of Christmas Story. I'll drink my hot cocoa and watch my ham. That's my Christmas Eve tradition. And
very nice.
I was actually just watching my favorite movie for Christmas. You'll never guess. Bill Murray, Scrooged. Best movie ever.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. I remember
That's
that.
cool.
I love that movie, dude.
I don't
love
remember
Bill
if I
Murray.
watched it. I don't know if I watched the whole thing, but I remember the movie. Well, thanks, Mark. Appreciate that.
Jay, I'm pretty sure if you fire up your Roku on the home screen, if you go to like free movies, I'm pretty sure Scrooged
It's
is
one of
free
them.
this month. Yeah. Because I was just watching Roku before, and I saw Bill Murray with the cigar, like, that crazy look in his eyes. And I was like, oh, Scrooge, what a great movie. So I'm pretty sure it's free to stream on Roku.
We got another Mark from Pittsburgh. We got Mark
that.
W. and wait.
What's up, guys?
Mark, we have 2 Marks from Pittsburgh now. Mark W. and Mark G. greetings back to you, Mark G. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. Great, thank you. Yeah, Molly, I love Molly to death. She's a good dog. And Venger, was it the original Friday the 13th? Or was it the first one, or did you get into like 5 or 6 or before you fell asleep? Yep.
Look at Mark W's comment. Mark, I hear you, buddy. Those drones better not interfere with Santa's sleigh.
Rudolph Snows will knock him out of commission.
Yeah. We better get Tim Allen up there in the Santa suit fast. He knows what he's doing.
Speaking of, and I caught it when I was just kind of going through the Roku channels to see like what I could find and what I couldn't. For the Christmas section they have, I forget how I found it. Santa Claus the movie. And not the Santa Claus like with Tim Allen. It was back in the 80s. Let me see. This is a really, I forget who plays.
I always enjoyed the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie.
Oh,
I think
so
there's sequels.
do
I never saw the sequels. I love the first movie though.
Like I said, I like Tim Allen in Home Improvement.
Oh yeah.
I loved him in the Santa Claus movies. I could not get in the Last Man Standing for some reason. I just could not get into that.
Yeah, I never watched it.
But on 16, they're bringing him back with a there used to be a show on Fox, the two girls,
Two Broke Girls.
The dark-haired one is now in a series with Tim Allen. She plays the daughter, and it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna check that out. 70s here. Need to send me some of that PA cold weather. Wait, where are you from?
You don't want this weather, Ray.
You don't want this weather.
It's cold, dude. It's really cold.
Okay. It was 1985, and it's called Santa Claus the Movie. Dudley Moore played an elf. John Lithgow played this as like the bad guy. David Muddleson, which I forget which he was in, I forget. But anyway, it was the people that produced and created the Superman movie, Alexander Salkind. There was that did the Superman movie, did this movie. And Burgess Meredith plays in it as like one of the like prophets or something. Like, it's a really cute, good movie to watch on Christmas. Yeah, and Dudley Moore plays one of the elves, which Dudley Moore always played a good character, whatever he played in. And yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that this year too. But when I saw the TBS icon on Roku, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Home Alone or Elf, and I'm going to say this, and I'll say, Houston, Texas, Ray, you don't want this cold weather. Believe me, we'll take the 7. I mean, if you want it, we'll definitely take your 70 degree weather anytime.
Oh yeah, happily.
Now, how far is I have workers that are in Amarillo? How far is Houston from Amarillo, Ray? Just out of curiosity. MP, wake up. Ray saying you're falling asleep.
Not sleeping.
Okay. Elf, the movie Elf. I thought it was it was a great movie. And it's still, it still gets me. Okay. Still mowing grass. Oh, ours is shot out from the cold. And towards the end, where the horses are chasing Santa Claus, and they through the park, and
Central Park, yeah.
right, and it goes over the literally the guy's head, and that just moment, like I get all warm right every time I see that part. I'm like, damn, it still gets me.
Yeah.
And like, whoa,
It's a great movie.
It is.
It's a classic.
Okay, thanks, Ray. It's yeah.
We watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Thanksgiving. Or I think the night before Thanksgiving we watched it.
God, I haven't watched that movie in years.
It's horrible color I'm looking at.
And I've already watched Christmas Vacation. Haven't watched any of the Home Alones yet this year, but I got to get on that. I got to watch both Home Alones.
Best scene in Christmas Vacation, where Clark's at the trying to get his lights to work, and he's beating up his things, and he's like, ooh, and then Beverly D'Angelo flicks the switch, and I see hers, hallelujah.
Yep.
Classic. The best other part of that movie, the neighbor opens the door and
the Rottweiler.
Cousin Eddie's like flushing, and I forget who played Cousin Eddie. Damn it, I can't believe it.
Quaid. Randy Quaid.
Yeah. He's emptying the thing. He looks at him, he goes, shitter's full,
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a great movie. What a great movie.
Best
What
photos.
else? What else? Like,
Yeah, I can't say if I have a best one or like if I have a favorite. Therapy, which is on the New York. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Sarah. Yeah, it's like I said, Sarah's not too far from where we're at, and he's a crazy bastard.
yes, he is.
An American Crew with Henry Winkler. I did not know he did one.
Man, I'll tell you, Randy Quaid was pretty good in Independence Day.
Merry Christmas, shitter's full. It's but yeah, I can't say if I have a favorite. Well, okay, yeah, I can say I have a favorite. I have favorite Christmas. It's the old Rankin Bass. They're technically not cartoons, but they're not like it's like that animation. However, they did it. Like Santa Claus is coming to town. The Year Without a Santa. Like Mickey Rooney voiced Santa Claus, except for the Rudolph. He wasn't the voice in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but every Rankin and Bass Santa Claus film, Mickey Rooney voiced Santa Claus. And
Mickey Rooney.
It's
Much better.
I watched
Much better.
Sporting the Outside the Box t-shirt. That guy's just let you know. I was watching The Year Without a Santa Claus on YouTube. Now they have it in like 14 different parts, which is and some of it's cut out. It's like shit. But it was still like the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser, like they're gonna go down as cult classics, let me tell you. Now there's a band that I think they're from Pennsylvania. Let me see if I could Pennsylvania based, yeah. The Badleys. They're from PA. I just don't know. It just didn't say from where in PA. I don't. Let's see. Badleys don't know. Anyway, they did a rock version of Heat Miser and Snow Miser song, which is actually pretty good. What's up, Mike? How you doing tonight? Claymation, yeah, that's what you call it. They did a really good job, like with that. But the Badleys covered the Heat Miser and Snow Miser song, and it actually turned out really good for like a rock version. Also, there's one Christmas show that we have not mentioned yet, and it first came on. The first episode was on Home Box Office. I'm going years and years back. I was still living in East End, which is going back way back. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas from the Muppets. you remember that? Did you ever watch that show, that movie, or show, however you want to call it?
Man, probably, yeah,
Um,
probably.
it's well, I didn't realize I'm searching on YouTube and
That was from the late 70s, Jay. That was yeah,
yeah,
right.
um, late 70s, early 80s, maybe. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
it was from Jim Henson's Muppet Shop that they did, and
gotcha.
there's like 4 different songs that became cult classics, and on YouTube you see where these cover bands are doing this song, and they're really good actually. But it's like that just brings, like, when I see stuff like that now on YouTube, like Emmett Otter and Rudolph and like takes me back when I lived in East End. It's just a throwback. It brings back memories. Yep, Mark the River Bottom Nightmare bands and like, oh yeah.
That's cool.
I get too wishy washy around Christmas time. Too much emotion for me anyway.
I hear you, man. It's a really good time of year, but it's also hard. It's difficult when you're thinking of people that have come and gone over the years. I think about my
Well,
grandparents. I think about lot of family members that are no longer with us, and it's tough. But just know that they're with you in spirit.
oh yeah,
And you're keeping their memories alive, and that's what it's all about, man.
it's like my dad died
But
on
it's tough.
December 20th back in '90. So
Yeah,
we buried him Christmas Eve morning. Still not sure why my mom did that. Maybe she just didn't want to prolong it anymore and just get it over with and done with. Maybe I don't know.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So my dad dies December 20th, 1990. Buried him on Christmas Eve. Like a year later, my grandma moves in with us to help. Well, actually, my mom was taking care of my grandma. My grandma was helping her with help with the mortgage and everything like that. Well, my grandmother dies December 24th, 1993. On the same couch my dad died in. He had a heart attack on him. Like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch. It's like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so this time of but I still love Christmas. Every year I watch 24 hours, have my cup of cocoa, sit there, I turn out the lights, have Molly. At first Goldie, but now Molly. Next thing I'm just chill out and watch, fall asleep in the chair and wake up, halfway through the second one. The best Christmas, Mark. Okay, this is Mark W. The best Christmas I ever had was during break from college. Me and 3 buddies spent the holidays in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, that'd be good. Got drunk for 2 weeks straight and woke up Christmas morning on the beach. That
Hell
must
yes.
have been one hell of a hangover there, Mark.
Mark, that is so rock and roll, man. That is awesome. I love
I'd
it.
love to go to Florida for the Christmas one year just to get away from the freaking cold.
It's nice, man. It's a really cool time I mean, especially if you're into Disney, they have Disney decorated like you wouldn't believe. It's unbelievable. It's very crowded, I mean, everybody's there to see the lights, the trees, get the special holiday food and stuff, but it's a good time. Plus, yeah, like you said, you get to get out of the cold for a little bit. So
Correct me if
it's a
I'm wrong.
win-win.
But from what I've heard, it's like when they start decorating for Christmas at Disney, it's like one day it's like just normal. The next day you wake up and it's like already done, boom, done. Like
Yes.
Disney magic. It's the poor bastards that are up all night doing it. But it's like, you go to bed and it's like you wake up, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yes. I've heard that. I remember there used to be a TV show on. Maybe it's still on somewhere. It was on like Travel Channel or something. It was like inside Disney's magic, and it kind of gave little hints as to how they do that, how they just flip a switch and all of a sudden everything is decorated like overnight, literally. Everybody's up for all night decorating all the parks.
but it's
Pretty amazing.
when me and the ex-wife got married, we got married in 02. And we were down in Disney for our honeymoon. And we had a chance. It was just luck of the draw. We had a chance to tour behind the scenes. And I looked at my now ex-wife. I'm like, you know what? No. Because I know it's...
You didn't want to know. You didn't
I
even
didn't
want to know.
because it's, I love Disney, and you still, I know it's all fake, but I mean, just still have that kind of
that mystery, that
right.
like how do they do it? Where do they go? Yeah, same here. I'd probably say no. I'd probably turn it down too.
But it's like I didn't realize that there's a restaurant in Cinderella's castle. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I heard. Well, we found out like that when we were down there. But before that, I didn't know that. And to go under, it's like a year under wait list. Like they're listed, like booked out a year in advance. And
there's actually like a hotel room up there too, but you have to be very wealthy to get in there.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Because that means you're sleeping inside Disney property.
Yeah. Oh, and I think that room you're talking about was actually for Walt Disney himself, I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, but they actually have a suite that you could actually rent out, and it's like $2,000 a night or something.
Yeah, I know that's
it's inside the castle.
I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome, but $2,000 a night? Yeah, no. Mark G. Been through most of the South. I love the city of New. I would love to go down to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. That has to be the stuff right there. I was watching a Bar Rescue episode, which that's one thing I miss not having Xfinity. I miss my Paramount channel. I'll have to get that on the app. I'll have to get to subscribe it on the app or something. But I love Bar Rescue. And they redid a bar down there, and the redo, it looks amazing. It's called the Spirits on Bourbon. It's called now. And it just looks like amazing. I'd love to go there. If I ever had a chance to go, I'm going. There's a place. I forget where it's at, but it's called Bob Mackey's, and the Ghost Adventure crew was there, and it Bob Mackey's used to be before it became a restaurant. It was like a nightclub type show place, Well, it's haunted, and it's So the DF goes, she goes, if we ever go back, I'm not going in there. I'm like, I'm running through the door. I don't care. I'm like, I'm there. Get back to Christmas stuff. I keep messing the names up. I keep getting them confused. There was a movie called The Miracle of the Bells. And there was a movie called The Bells of St. Mary. I can't remember which. I get them confused. But one of them was actually filmed in Glen Lyon. Now, if you go through Glen Lyon now, you can see the statues, but the church itself is now gone. But you can see the statues that were in this at the end of this movie, like statues that kind of either moved together, moved something. They did something. But in this movie, parts of it were filmed in my grandfather's childhood backyard. My dad's father. And I'm like, cool. My mom told me that story, and I never saw the movie because it never when it came out. I never saw it. It's either The Miracle of the Bells or The Bells of St. Mary's.
Yeah, I just Googled it. It's The Miracle of the Bells. Came out in 1948. It was shot on location in Glen Lyon.
Now,
Frank Sinatra appears in the movie.
The way my mom said it was either you could see my grandfather's backyard, or was filmed near somewhere. You can catch his backyard in this movie. So from my mom told me. Again, I never seen it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so dude, I never knew that. Yeah, it says Several exterior scenes were shot on location in Glen Lyon, the mining town on which the fictional coal town of the novel and film was based. Because yeah, I mean, everywhere we are up here is all old coal mines. So that is so cool.
Just like Jim Thorpe, the old jail.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Molly Maguire's that was based off of the old jail in Jim Thorpe.
Yep.
And
I always thought it was cool in the first Home Alone when Kevin McAllister's mom is at the airport and she goes, "Where the hell am I?" And the guy at the travel desk says, "Scranton."
Yeah.
I remember watching that as a kid, like, she's in Scranton. That's right up the road. I always thought that was so cool.
Molly Maguire's movie. Sean Connery played in it. I knew one of the big ones played in it, Sean Connery. But yeah, we're at Scranton. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've been to Chicago. I've been in New York. Where the hell am I? The guy just goes, Scranton.
Like, and he doesn't even say it like, "Oh, you're in Scranton." It just goes Scranton. Just Scranton.
Like even he's inconvenienced to be in Scranton. So yeah. Yeah. Too funny.
But really put Scranton on the map was the show The Office.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, it did.
Who was one of the characters, or came back like to do because I guess he wrote a book and the site he was in Scranton, and everybody has the Dunder Mifflin shirts and but that's still cool because when you watch The Office, I haven't watched The Office in years, but it shows that's Scranton was not fake prop. That was literally Scranton.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Years ago, my wife went to an event. I think it was at the Steamtown Mall. This was before she and I were dating, but she met like almost the entire cast of The Office. They came to the Steamtown Mall, so she met like Angela, Stanley, Kevin, all these, I don't know if she met Michael Scott, Dwight, but she met a lot of them.
It's cool.
Back in the day.
And who's the one that played what's his name? He played in oh shit. He was like the head guy.
Steve Carell.
Steve, yeah. That's what got him the like made him known was The Office, I think.
Yeah. Anchorman, 40-Year-Old Virgin, so many movies. I mean, he's been in a ton of movies now.
Oh yeah. And he was in with Jim Carrey as the news anchor guy. Morgan Freeman gave him his godly powers.
Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty.
Yeah. Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
Bruce Almighty was good with Morgan Freeman. Anything he plays is good.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And
he's
like,
amazing.
God. And he's like, yeah, right. I'm God.
Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman. Oh, such a great movie.
Another one. I know. I believe he's passed on, but damn, I just blanked. Oh, Louis Gossett Jr. Is he still alive, or did he pass away? Louis Gossett. I've not been to Busch Gardens in Tampa, but I've been to Busch Gardens in Virginia. But yeah, Busch Gardens is really a really nice place.
Louis Gossett Jr. passed away March of 2024. So we lost him earlier this year.
He was a good actor too. Venger likes Gremlins. Yeah, technically could be classed as a Christmas movie. Gremlins, when you think about it, because it was the Gizmo was given to the to the son as a Christmas present. Don't feed him after midnight. Keep him out of sun and don't get him wet.
Yep.
And what does the kid do? All three, baby. It's like,
Yeah. You really botched that one.
yeah,
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to go dark for a minute, but I'll be right back.
you got it. Yeah, guys, I love Christmas time despite all the tragedy in my family, but I still love Christmas. Back when I lived in Exeter, I would always put I had the candy canes out in front of the house. I had the reindeer, the light up reindeer, to light up Christmas trees. And after I lost the house, I lost everything. I lost everything. I'm kicking myself in the ass because we had this Christmas set, this literally house set, town, village, however you want to call it. And after when my wife and I split up, my head was just not in the right spot, and I was supposed to go over and get stuff out of the house, and I didn't, and ended up the city when the house got share sold, it got cleared out, and they put new locks on. They changed the locks, and they emptied the house, so I never saw that stuff again. Yeah, I mean, and there's stuff like my old yearbooks are gone. Like a lot of my old shit is gone.
Yeah.
Which stings, but yeah, what could you do? And then I saw the note, and to get it back, it was going to cost me $300 for it was $225 for because I had to pay their fees and clean and I just didn't have the money. I'm like, I can't do it. So God knows what happened to it now. It's so like I do, I'm a little late though. I want to give a shout out to Jance, Bella's Gam, Susan. How you doing? Nice to see you. We don't know if you're gonna make it tonight. Susan's in the house, and guys, Susan sent FP and I a nice Christmas card. Thank you, Susan. That was really, really nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Yep.
Yeah. How do you get Christmas cards from my family?
I forget to get I forget to give out Christmas cards. I get Christmas cards for some of my family, so every year I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send out next year, send out Christmas cards, and I forget. I don't even think of Christmas cards for some reason.
No, you're lucky nowadays if you get a text message saying Merry Christmas. That's the modern day Christmas card.
Pretty much. Oh, excuse me. Christmas Day, getting presents. Okay, I still like getting presents. Giving the food, the ham, the kibasi, everything.
So do you guys do a lot of cooking on Christmas? Like Jay, are you doing any food? FP, are you cooking?
Even though I go to my sister's and have dinner over there, I still cook a ham because I'll eat it during the week as instead of buying lunch, I'll do a ham, and I'll get a ring of kibasi. I'll go to Garrity's or Walmart and get some potato salad. Now, when I was married, when me and the wife were still married, we would do the ham, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn, kibasi, pierogies. We'd have her mother over and my mother over, her mother and my mother. So there'd be 6 of us, and So I'd cook out the ass all day. Well, me and her would cook, like we'd cook both. My kitchen in my old house, humongous, like major counter space, major cut. Like I wish was doing the videos to that kitchen. But now it's just me. So I'm like, you know why? I'll do a ham. I'll go to the store, buy some potato salad from either, like, say, Garrity's or Walmart. And oh, nice, Mark. That was awesome. It's Avenger. It's Avenger was bringing up leftovers. What's awesome the next day is making like ham and eggs or an omelet with the ham in it, like, which
Definitely.
I started figuring out how to make like homemade hash browns, at least my way anyway. And oh Jesus, 18 people to buy for. Wow, that's my wallet's crying already. But yeah, I love Christmas. I'll always love Christmas. But it's now, like, people like, oh, I mean, when we were kids, we believed in Santa Claus. People ask me like, oh, you still believe in Santa Claus? Well, no, but I think I still believe in the Christmas spirit. Like, I'll hold like heart to heart, the Christmas spirit. Hold all those memories I had as a kid. I remember one of the best Christmas presents I got. It was an erector set. I don't know if they still make. I think they still make them, but it was like they were actually like metal pieces that you played and built skyscrapers in.
Yep.
It had a power. Well, it had a base where you could build around it, like make it like a car go. It wasn't remote. It was line, but you could make it go backwards or
Yeah.
And that's awesome, Susan. And yeah, that was probably one of the best as a kid I got. Next to the Camaro, of course. Camaro was like the best. But like when I was a kid, that erector set was pretty awesome. And in the wintertime, I didn't really see a lot of my friends because it was wintertime, so I'd be up in my bedroom, and here's the funny ass thing. I used to play pretending, like, and I'd make like a little like kind of spaceship with my erector set, pretend it was literally like a drone. Like, I had the drone ID in my head before,
Yeah, before they existed. Yeah.
I pretend I'm flying it around, like, and I'd use my computer as like the base. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so shit. I could have thought of I could have been a creative drone if I would have put my 2 cents into it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, man, that's cool, dude. I mean, for me, I think I might have had an erector set. I know my dad did when he was a kid. But from, like, I remember getting like Lincoln logs and making like log cabins with Lincoln logs.
I remember
Legos. Legos were a big
Legos.
thing when I was a kid. Always Legos. I love building stuff.
Oh, I still love Christmas breakfast, big or small. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Christmas breakfast. That sounds good, Susan.
You're right, Vanger. And like, my nephew my oldest nephew. He's into the gaming, the online computer stuff. Like if you're trying to think, like, what would you buy him? End up probably buying him the wrong thing or something that he's gonna take back in exchange anyway. So I'm like, there you go, buy what you want. Literally. And it's funny, my younger nephew. I always joke with my sister's mom and say he was born in the wrong era. Because growing up, Now, as he's older now, he's kind of out of it. But when he was younger, he was fascinated with Titanic. Like he'd get like a model of the ship and put the model together. He drinks coffee, but last year or the year before? It was the year before. He got an old time coffee grinder, like hand that my sister found. Like he loved that, like a pocket watch. What kid wants a pocket watch? But that was his. As he was growing, like younger, he this is what he liked. He liked the old time, like grinders, pocket watches.
He's an old soul. He's
Yeah,
like
he
me.
is
He's an old
literally
soul.
an old soul. Like, and he was fascinated with Titanic.
Yeah.
And it's a couple, not too. I think was it last year? Yeah, it was last Christmas. He likes to like mess around, and, like build things. He made like it was like a little fan, but it was like he built it like with a battery, and he put the he gets creative like that. And I'm like, he's either gonna be a chef or some big shot when he gets older, some big shot create something to save the world or some shit. He's gonna do one of those two things, I think.
Cool.
I remember when I got a baby alive. Oh yeah, I remember like getting the Atari, the I mean the original 2600 Atari.
Oh man. That
Yo, what's up, little FP? What's up, little FP?
What's up, buddy?
Show them what you can do with your fingers.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Days. Wow.
Yeah, he could bend like all the these little individual. I don't know how he does that.
I can't do that. I'm trying. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
I should be wearing my compression gloves here because I have like carpal tunnel from what I do for work. I'm just on a computer all day. So
Yeah.
my fingers are like, oh, I have like such bad arthritis right now.
Tell me about it. I've been working a computer since even before 2017 when I was when I started doing my websites and everything, and when I got hired at Cognizant, being Cognizant. So literally from 2017 to now, it's all I do is 8 hours, 10 hours. I work on it. I'm like on a computer. I'm surprised I don't have worse arthritis than what I probably have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's again. I hope Mike's feeling better, and Dean, if you're watching, if you tuned in at all, I hope you had a good day at work. Just to kind of shout out, we still got 4 people watching, so that's cool.
Susan, what's you saying?
I remember the big wheels. Oh yeah, who had like? Right, do you have a big wheel when you were growing up?
Yeah, so a big wheel, so kind of like a trike, right? With like a seat, you got the two, and then the big. Yeah, I had one.
What about you, Beth? Did you have a big wheel when you were a kid?
Yeah.
I told Gus that tooth thermometer doesn't go under the horse's tongue. During Daryl Hannah would be cool to me. Who was called that?
When I was a kid, back when I was a kid, the scooters were popular too. Like the stand-up scooters.
Yeah, I never had a scooter. I
had a neon green one.
But the big wheels then we got the bikes. But like me and my buddies would ride our big wheels, around the neighbor. Like when I say around the neighbor, just like around the block. We'd ride our big wheels. And then they came out with the big wheels where you had like the built-in like where you could put your water bottle. Came with a water bottle.
Oh yeah.
And you thought like, oh, that's cool. You can get one with a water bottle in there, and big wheel and green machine. My buddy got a big wheel where It had a thing where you hit a button, it would make a noise, like a horn noise or something, different things. And we thought, oh, that's cool. You know, you thought that was like cool. But yeah, it's
Yep.
oh,
Big
child.
wheels, bicycles, scooters, skateboards, rollerblades.
I never did that. I never did skateboard. I never did the rollerblades or skates because I would fall on my head.
Oh,
Yeah,
me too.
not a roller skate to save my life.
Yep.
Now, my oldest sister, if she's watching tonight, she used to be able to do like the backward skating and the whole 9 yards, and she
Yeah.
fell one time and broke her. Was it her elbow or she broke something, and so she's in a cast. What she's doing again, roller skating. You know, like,
Back when I was a kid, we used to go to Skateaway all the time down in Kingston.
Yep.
Kingston was Roller King.
Roller King.
Roller King.
Skateaway's over on Blackman, which I think they're still open.
I believe so. Yeah, the building is still there. Yeah, I went there for some birthday parties. How about Buzzy's Bazaar? Did you guys have that in Wilkes-Barre on what is it, like Pennsylvania Avenue? Buzzy's Bazaar.
Yeah, Buzzy's Bazaar.
My mom used to drop me off there for birthday parties. Oh man.
Was it? There was something next to, I think, can't remember the name of it, but it was almost like just like almost like a junk store almost. But back in the 80s, my dad used to be the GM of Howard Isaacs out where Sheets is out in Dallas. Used to be a Chrysler Plymouth GMC truck dealership.
Yeah, yeah.
And they used to have tent sales up the Wyoming Valley Mall. So what my dad did, and was it Buzzy's Bazaar or something? It was near, like over in that area somewhere. My dad bought these little. They had these portable they were black and white. They weren't colored. Black and white TVs, like little portable ones.
Yeah.
So if you test drove a car, you got a little TV. That was my dad's gimmick. Oh. And we ended up with one that became ours. And God knows what happened to it. But yeah, the like 100. He bought like 100 of those things and gave. If you test drove a car, you got a little TV. Yeah, my dad was crazy back in the day. We used to do the Howard Isaacs commercials and back in the 80s. He did his pitch like almost like this, like a spoof on Rodney Dangerfield. And it'd be like, hey, and he'd do like a joke or something. And one of them goes, hey, Mike, he goes, I asked Mike, we were at the news park. I asked my kids wanted to go into the crazy house. He goes, why? We're going home right away. And he just do those like kind of Rodney Dangerfield based jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he'd go into his, the commercial. And then at the end, he'd be like, you get all the respect, like the respect, like kind of the Rodney with respect.
Yeah.
I
can't get no respect. I don't get no respect.
I'll have to send you that. I'll have to send you the link.
Jay, I'm pretty sure, isn't there something on your YouTube channel? I remember you put something up like, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. It's like an old reel of all that Howard Isaacs stuff. I think I remember seeing you upload that. That's cool, man. That's some vintage footage right there.
And let me tell you how much of a makeshift job I did to get that. Did
you have it on VHS or something? Like, did it have to be converted?
It was on VHS.
Yeah.
And it was back in the back. I bought a program to convert video or something. It was a program I bought, and it had it came with like an adapter you'd put into the the mic
the
jack,
CD-ROM drive, or yeah.
Now back it was like you put like one into the mic for audio, and you put the other one into the input jack of the back of the tower. I mean, these were days before the plug and play shit. But yeah. I had the cable, like they weren't cable, but they were like almost like plug-in jacks but I had enough to go from the computer to the VCR. So I'd press play on the VCR and then you'd hit save or capture. You'd hit capture. It was almost like we captured the screen, like whatever's on the screen
Yeah.
would capture. And that's how I got the videos from video to that comes from the video VHS to digital. And for actually turned out pretty decent for how I did it. Now there's the audio's off just like a hair in some of them. Because I did it like commercial at a time. And one of them, the audio is like maybe off from the picture, the picture and the out were off by like a hair. But back then it turned out pretty good. I mean,
Nice.
yeah.
Man. There's so much that I know my mom and dad had on VHS that I wish we converted to digital. All that stuff is gone. That's another story. But yeah, I mean, a lot of, I remember back in the day, my dad had a giant video camera, and he'd record a birthday party or a
Right.
special occasion or something. And I know we had a lot of VHS tapes. Maybe we saved some of them. I'd have to.
There's I don't think it's around anymore, but there was in Wyoming, there was a place where you could take your reels.
Yep.
And put the reels onto video, like on digital. And it's funny because I found like 3 old reels, so I took them down. It was called, I forget the name of it. It was in Wyoming, but I took it down.
And it was from that pizzeria there, Togo's, I think, right? Is that Togo's?
It was in that building or in that store, or right near it. But yeah, so I went and I had like 4 reels, and like one was from which I have it up on video on YouTube. It was the Plymouth. It was like the Centennial Parade of Plymouth. We actually saw like Dan Flood walking in a parade, and like there was no audio. It was just video only. And then another one was from when my parents were up in New York visiting my aunt and uncle. I'm like, so what the other 2? Like, I'm wondering here, found out the other 2 were porn. Vintage porn. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So obviously they didn't do that. He didn't do those. He just did the other 2. I'm like, okay, I got . Yeah, so
Celebration DVD, it was called.
That's
Celebration DVD. Yep.
And they charged you by, I guess, how many they didn't charge you by reel, but they charged you of how much meters or however they did it. I got the Centennial Parade, and I got another one. When I was little, we had Christmas dinner at my cousin's house. I remember going out in the car and getting my football that my dad gave me and gave it to my cousin. Mark, that's where I'm looking to say one of the most non-selfish things I've read in a while. That's
man.
Something that you got and you turned around and felt you wanted to give it to your cousin. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I try whenever like I'll see like the Salvation Army, the ring. I'll try and put like $1 or $2 in if I have it.
Yeah.
The sad thing is now everything's direct deposit, so 9 out of 10 I don't have money on me because it's all direct deposit. But when I do have like when I go to the bank, when I go to get my rent out of the bank, I'll take like an extra like $25. If I see like I'll throw like a couple bucks in if I see Salvation Army or something. Just there's this one commercial I see on TV, and it's still like it's a little girl saying Santa, could you come out this year? It's for the Toys for Tots, I think, but it's still, I know it's a commercial, but still there's kids out there that don't Christmas presents, and it's sad. Every kid should at least get a present, for Christmas. That's just how I feel. That's That's how I feel. But yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody deserves to have, a good, memorable Christmas, and there's a lot of folks that are not as fortunate as others, and those are the people that it really makes you feel good to help, whether it's a Toys for Tots donation or, just doing something nice for a family, that's what it's all about, man. It really brings that Christmas spirit full
there was.
circle, you know.
This was years ago, and so when me and the wife were together, we went to we were at Walmart or to maybe Kmart because Kmart was open at that. It was either Walmart or Kmart, and there was a lady in front of us with her daughter, and her daughter, this little girl wanted this teddy bear, and the mom's like, we can't this time. I promise next time. We just can't afford it right now. She goes, I can't, because I guess they were just getting like food. And I
Yeah.
looked at my wife, and my wife's like, ma'am, I'm not to interrupt or not to eavesdrop, but she's like, here, we'd like to buy the bear for your daughter. And
Yeah.
this lady started like tear, like she's like, oh my, like, are you sitting? Like, yeah, we'll but we're like, if it's okay with you, if it's okay, we'd like to
Right.
buy. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you. So, and the little girl was like, that made her day, like, or her night.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, it was nice to do something. There were times throughout, I like, there was one time years ago, I was doing a food review somewhere, and there was a lady sitting like next to me with 3 or 4 kids, and they were getting, it was like pizza. And what I did, I go up, because I was leaving, I was done. So I said, that person, how, what's their bill? She said, and they said, oh, it's like $25. I'm like, here, tell them Merry Christmas. If they ask, just say Santa Claus was here, like,
Yeah.
and I was able to do it. I had the extra money to do it, and it wasn't like, it was like a lot. I'm like, if they ask, Santa Claus covered it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and I'm sure she probably was appreciated. I never saw her again, but when you can do nice things for, if I can do it, even a GF, like she's literally on a fixed income, but she'll donate to the Toys for Tots. She's like, even if one helps one child get a toy, or say if they need a pair of shoes or something,
Right.
Toys for Tots could give that to them.
Yeah.
He's a veteran. My father's 80. Okay. Yes. I was reading Susan's post. Yeah, tell your dad we said thank you for serving. Susan, tell him we said thank you. It's
Yeah. You're absolutely right though, Jay. If you're able to do it, do it. Help those in need. Man, it really.
Last couple of years, I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
But when I can do it, I definitely
Yeah.
will. No,
My wife and I are all about, good karma. We're all like, even throughout the year. I mean, believe me, I'm no saint or anything, but it's just throughout the course of the year, not even the holidays. Like, if we're able to do something, pay it forward to someone in need. Because it's amazing how many times you run into those situations. Maybe you're out to eat, someone's struggling to pay the bill, or the kid in front of you at the grocery store wants that teddy bear, and you have a decision to make. It's like, do I step in and just kind of pay it forward? And if you could do it,
I remember
it's a good feeling.
The lady's like, well, can I have your address? Can I have your address so I can pay it back? We're like, no. And I said to her, I said, ma'am, I said, whenever you could pay it forward to someone else, that's good enough for us. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
And she's like, she was, definitely will, and Little girl got a teddy bear. You know, she got a teddy bear that night, or you know, for that night, and
I'm sure she always remembers, the nice family that, helped her get that teddy bear, man. So
Mark put my
that's
wife
big.
spent holidays donating her time decorating nursing home. Yeah, that's also good too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Before my mom died, she was at a nursing home called Highland Manor up on back road in swear like
Exeter, yeah, Exeter, Wyoming, yeah.
West Pitts.
I'm familiar with that
Yeah,
building, yes. Yep.
and that's where my mom spent the last like four or five of her years in that nursing home. And
Yeah.
every year for whether it's Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they always had have dinner with the family. So me and my two sisters would always go up, and it was like a $5 donation or something. You pay $5 or a couple dollars, and you get the whatever it was, the turkey or the ham or the whatever. And that's at that point where the only time me and my two sisters were actually able to get together and talk, because just everybody's schedule was just like nuts. And
Right.
but yeah, those my mom was on a feeding tube that she couldn't eat, but at the time like she slept through everything because it was just at her towards her final end. But yeah, Mark, believe me, I know that feeling. It's
Yeah.
so if I'm sure I put the picture up on Facebook at one point, but in my living room there is it's a charcoal sketch of my dad. My dad did it. He did a selfie. And he did that back many years ago. And my sister was now that's not the original, but my sister was able to get copies made, and they look like almost like, but it's my dad that drew that freehand with charcoal years and years and years ago, and that sits above my that sits in my TV room. And, it's funny, like I have an old clock, an older that's in my downstairs too, and someone commented on my videos. It always says whatever the time is on it, and what happened, and I never changed it. I never put a new battery in it. I left it like it is because that's literally when my mom passed away. That was the time, and I could put a new battery in, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
do it.
It means more to you just kind of having that like frozen,
Right.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny 'cause the clock always at the same time. Yeah, and here's why. Like, yep, and here's why. And
Here's why. Yeah. Absolutely.
it's like, but and he wasn't. It wasn't like being. He's like, a question. Can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, sure. How come all your videos your clock has the same time? Oh,
Yeah.
here's the reason. And like, oh, thank you. He goes, not no disrespect, but I was just curious. Like, yeah, that's legit. That's a legit question. Why don't I fix the clock on the time on the clock? And but
Hey, I'm sort of changing subjects completely here. Just before I forget, did you see that something is in the works for, I think, Motor World to kind of take over part of the Wyoming Valley Mall? They're gonna like repurpose Sears, I think, in like the automotive area.
I saw that, which
Yeah.
is good. I mean, Motor World's big enough. Do they really need to go to the mall? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the mall has become such a
ghost town.
Yeah, literally.
Man.
Glad to bring something like they took away the food court, ended up leaving. No one was nobody's buying anything. Yep. So at least it's
depressing, isn't it?
Huh?
It's just depressing.
It is. I remember back in the 80s, you go up to the mall around Christmas time, the place was packed. You couldn't, it was people upon people. The food court was busy. The arcade, Santa Claus in the middle of in front of, well, was it Sears?
Yeah.
Now Bonton
Uh,
was Sears.
Bonton, yeah, in the middle, yeah, dude.
You have over near. Mike brought this up a couple weeks ago. Over near Penny's, they had the. It was the shed with the talking reindeer heads. Remember that? When we were growing up, you saw the reindeer, and
Yeah.
now you go up to the mall, which I haven't been up to the mall in couldn't tell you how long. But it's the arcade's gone, the food court's gone.
Yeah.
Like the last time I was actually at the mall was when me and FP went up to Dino's to do a meet and greet, and I didn't. He walked the mall, I didn't. I stayed at Dino's. I didn't even walk the mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
And I remember going to the movies. They had the movie theater at the mall. I think I saw Titanic in that theater, and a lot of other movies.
Yeah, I did. And I think every woman in there wanted to fucking kick my ass, because like at the end when Jack dies,
Yeah.
like literally, if not every girl in that theater was crying. If it wasn't, it was 99% of them. And I'm remember saying, the dude's gonna get up tomorrow and eat his leftovers. And oh yeah, I got looks for that. I'm like, the dude's not dead. He's gonna make millions off this movie and not give a shit, And yeah, a lot of them there wanted to beat me up that night because I was like laughing because they were not laughing, but yeah, I kind of was. They're all crying because you jacked out. I'm like, dude, the dude's gonna get up tomorrow, go to bed tonight, get up tomorrow, and collect his how many million,
Right.
Yeah. It's a sentimental. Sentimental what? He didn't really die. Years later, though, I saw on YouTube where they were interviewing James Cameron. Not Kate Winslet was there. DiCaprio wasn't there, but Kate Winslet was there. They interviewed the guy who played the mean fiance. His name?
Billy Zane.
Yeah, and they were saying that that whole set was on set, and they like Kate Winslet said, she goes, no, you have to make the water as cold as it was, or at least as it was there, like, because you're not going to go into the water and it be warm and not you have to make it cold.
Yeah.
And so
it can't be bath water.
Yeah,
it's got to be believable.
And I remember them saying to Billy Zane, like, everybody hated your character. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like outside, like Billy Zane's like a really good guy.
Yeah.
Playing a
Great
real
actor.
What gives me warm feeling is knowing how much pleasure my dog gives the same patient.
But you're circling me like that. Huh?
Which Batman Avenger? Was it the Michael Keaton Batman?
Yeah.
Or was it
the
Christian Bale Batman? Or was it the hell's that dude's name from ER? He was in ER. Oh crap. He was in the show ER, and then he played can't remember. He was in Batman and Robin with Alicia Silverstone. Who's that actor like every woman loved from ER?
Wasn't that Ben Affleck?
No,
it Ben Affleck?
No, not Ben Affleck. Son of a bitch. He also played. He still got to start at the Facts of Life, playing and walking as the Facts of Life. Oh, son of a bitch! I got it. It's gonna drive me nuts.
George Clooney.
Yeah, Clooney.
Yes.
He did a decent Batman. I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'll always love Keaton. But
Keaton.
But Clooney did a good Batman. The one who played God, I can't remember names anymore. Oh, Val Kilmer.
That was okay.
It was okay. But
What was that? Batman Forever?
I think so. Yeah, with
Jim
with the
Carrey.
Joker, with Jim Carrey played the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you know it, Mark. I know it there. I believe you. It's like,
Oh, dude, how about how they caught that shooter in Altoona, Pennsylvania? How about that?
the guy who shot the
The,
United Healthcare guy,
yeah,
or CEO.
killed the CEO. So they found the suspected killer at a McDonald's in Altoona.
Yeah, out of all the places in the world, Altoona, Pennsylvania, just like in Home
Yeah,
Alone. Where am I at? Scranton.
Scranton.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well, guys, it is about 11 o'clock. I'm burning out. I don't know about you guys. Yeah. I don't know how, like, in your absence, we were actually going to like midnight, 12:30. And thank God Mike had stuff to talk about because I was running out of topics.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, guys, thank you for hanging out tonight again, as always. Fred, it's good to have you back, buddy. Also,
Good to be back.
I'll catch you somewhere between here and there. I always do. Thank you, Marcus, Avenger 6, Susan, all you guys that are following us tonight. New guy Ray who started watching us. Thank you from us to you. Be blessed, stay safe. Have a good night.